morning. One of the latest threats in Japan is that this nuclear power plant here that you can see, there has been an explosion there this morning. And of course, the fear is that it will reach the core and somehow melt down. We already know that some radiation has leaked out, according to officials, and the government is reportedly handing out iodine to residents in the area, which of course is used to protect from radioactive exposure.
Joining us on the phone is Jeffrey Bonner. He was a nuclear fuel engineer for 13 years and has designed nuclear reactor fuel. He joins us this morning on the phone. Jeffrey, nice to have you here with us this morning.
Oh, it's good to be here.
So now the same types of plants we have here in the United States, very similar to the ones here in Japan, almost carbon copies of it. When you saw that video of the plant explosion, what was running through your mind from your experience?
Well, it was quite a thing to see. One of the things that when I saw what looked like an explosion, it was kind of terrifying because this is a bad day at the office. But when I heard reports that the radiation was decreasing, I thought that maybe instead of an explosion, it's more of a collapse of the structure itself.
And in fact, here's the latest news we have, that they, according to the chief cabinet secretary in Japan, the explosion was not caused by damage to the nuclear reactor, but by a pumping system that failed as crews tried to bring the reactor's temperature down. Does that sound plausible?
Yeah, that sounds more like what I was thinking would happen.
Do we have... Sorry to interrupt, Jeff. Do we have fears, though, that all fear right now is at the core, there's some sort of core breach, and that as they're trying to lower the temperature right now, what fears do you have? Or do you think that they're able to get this thing under control in your experience?
This one is going to be really tricky because it is an old vintage reactor, and the type of reactor that this is, what they absolutely have to do is get the diesel generators running, because those diesel generators will power some of the other low-pressure safety systems. And what's happening right now is the reactor is at high pressure, and their safety systems run off of the high-pressure steam. But if the pressure starts to lower, they have no way to cool this reactor down unless they can get those diesel generators running, which, from what I understand, they were flooded.
About an hour ago, Jeffrey, they experienced an aftershock of about 6, some are reporting 6.4 magnitude in the same area of this Fukushima nuclear plant. Could that compromise the integrity of the nuclear facility, of the core itself?
You know, the core itself is definitely possible, but the way that they design these things, the core is usually in good shape from a seismic perspective. It's all the ancillary systems that support the core and can cool the core down and shut it down.
Well, here's the issue, as I understand it, but thank goodness you're a nuclear engineer and you can explain it. Their backup cooling system failed, so what they're going to try, they say, is to bring seawater in to try to bring down the temperature of the reactor back to safe levels. Have you heard of that strategy before?
Well, that's good that I'm hearing this now, because that kind of is in my mind. What they were probably doing is pulling water from what's called the suppression pool, but without those diesel generators, they have no way to cool down the water in that suppression pool, so as they run it through the core, it's heating up, and then they're putting hot water back into the core. So the fact that they're looking at putting seawater in tells me they can't get those diesel generators started, and that's not a good thing.
All right, Jeffrey Bonner, a nuclear engineer, thanks so much for your expertise this morning. We really appreciate you joining us.
Hey, happy to help.
We're just getting word into our newsroom. This is from the Kyoto